Actually, the funny thing,
And resume recording here. Hello, everyone. This is the Ascended Truth podcast, or whatever it is that you want to call it. It is live, raw, real conversations between myself and amazing people doing amazing things in this planet, in this world. And the premise of this show is to really bring truth and realness and rawness into the lives of anybody who is ready to really live in their truth and really live in their purpose and live a life by design. And today I have with me my amazing, beautiful, gorgeous client, Priya. Just eat you up. And we met a couple weeks ago for some drinks, and I was like, I've got this thing brewing. I want to have these conversations. I've been having all these epic conversations with people over the last forever, but really deep, epic, cool conversations with people over the last year. And every time I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to record this. We need to record this. And so Priya is my first guest on this show. Hello, Priya. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So I'm sitting at the Royal York Hotel downtown Toronto. Lighting's not that great, whatever, it's all good. It doesn't matter. As long as the message gets out there, that's the most important thing, right? How are you this morning? You look beautiful.
Good. I'm excellent, actually. I was ready for Black Friday after this, so it's all good.
All right. Yes. Are you going to go shopping?
Actually, this time around, I've been in a complete a thought process. I do want a lot of stuff, but then there's other things that that are a priority. So I was I don't know if I really need to do mindless shopping. And I don't really get excited about the malls anymore. When you go into the malls and it's absolute chaos, it does not excite me by any means. So I'm trying to be really mindful about what I get this year versus just doing it for the sake of doing it because there's so many sales.
I agree. Let's talk about this because we are actually coming into it was just American Thanksgiving yesterday and my birthday. Yay.
Oh,
and
that's right. Oh my goodness. You have related.
It's all good. And I exited the whole concept of Christmas and buying presents and stuff like that consciously a few years ago. Now, of course, I have two little boys. I have two little kids, and so there is the idea of getting a tree and Santa Claus and Christmas morning and stuff like that. But I have not bought gifts for a very long time. For my kids I have, but that pressure of buying gifts for everybody, I just was I'm out. I want nothing to do with that because it just feels very fake and plastic, and it's also not my love language. Giving gifts is not my love language. Receiving gifts is not my love language. Time, right? Time is my love language. Touch is my love language. And that means so much more to me than giving and receiving gifts. Do I like gifts? Of course, yes, thank you very much. I will take it. You want to gift me with something like a trip somewhere or something? Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be not my love language. No.
Yeah.
But I just, it was it wasn't resonating with me. So let's talk about this whole concept around Black Friday, the consumership. Oh my God, it just doesn't make any sense. And there's a lot of Canadians that because Black Friday is an American thing.
Also a Canadian and
which is
British and a worldwide thing now.
Right?
Yeah.
Why? Why are we in this realm of wanting to buy material possessions for super cheap and fight our way for that? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I'd love to hear your opinion on that.
Yeah, no. So, part of my thought process behind this is that I used to be a shopper, and I think even when you and I have actually worked together, one of the biggest things I struggled with I just shop. I endlessly shop.
Yes.
A lot of it was filling voids, right? And
yes,
it doesn't help that the world of consumerism has become a season for 52 weeks out of the year versus 4 seasons out of the year. So there is something new coming out all the time. And so instead of working towards the issues and the conditionings that we have, all about, okay, how do for me, it was, how do I fill this void? How do I fill this void? I would get this temporary relief when I
Yeah.
got like, so I would be out there and I would be in the malls. So like anything I saw, I wanted instantaneously. It doesn't matter how much it cost. It didn't matter if I couldn't pay the bill for this. I would figure it out.
Yeah.
And it took me so many years to realize that, one, I can keep my clothes and it's okay, and two, that what was the underlying issue to why I was doing it, right? And so there's some really great documentaries out on fast fashion, and the same way that there's great documentaries on food and what's food is doing to us. But
Yeah.
it really talks about like the damage that the consumer industry is actually doing to our account. Well, the economy is great, I guess, in some senses, but like just the environment itself, right? And so for me, I, like you, I've gotten to a point where I actually don't like, we don't like doing Christmas gifts as much anymore either. Like sometimes we'll get them for our parents, or we'll, do a collective, like, let's go out. Our Christmas gift is we all pitch in and we all
Right.
go do an activity.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
Yes,
Yes.
because I get really nervous around Christmas time. It is the most fascinating time of the year. I love it. I love putting up a Christmas tree. I love decorating my home. I love getting together, having dinners. But I hate, or not, I wouldn't say hate, but I very much dislike the concept of spending hard-earned money on gifts that you don't even know if people are going to actually use in life.
Mm.
Like the anxiety builds up so much, and and it also, I find that it can tarnish relationships too, right? Because if you set an expectation
Yeah.
that you're going to get a gift from somebody and you don't,
Right.
or you're going to get a certain type of gift, or you get something a little less than somebody else, like it brews. It's like, oh, why am I any different from the other person that they get
Mm.
gifts? So
Yeah.
very, very interesting.
Hello, ego.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
So over the years, just even like within the last couple of years, we've been starting to talk about, okay, well, do we really want to do gifts, or do we want to just spend some time? And spending time with people makes me feel so much better than having to go out on the mall and shop on December 24th to buy.
Yeah.
And that was me. I would do it every
Yes.
year. Oh my God, what
Same
am I
here.
buying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Or
Yeah.
I think the other side is like, if I find that I really want to get somebody something, I pick up little things as I go.
Mm.
Because I know, like,
Yeah.
my brother wanted something or my sister-in-law wanted something. I'll pick it up and just keep it. And I may not necessarily give it on Christmas, but it'll be like around the time. So it is what it is. But yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I do not enjoy the concept of giving gifts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's also not part of, I mean, culturally, we don't really celebrate Christmas, but
Right.
it's part of the culture that our families took on when they moved to Canada. And I love the concept of Christmas. Like, it's my favorite time of the year.
Right. Right. Yeah, I think there's so many layers to this, and I love that you brought up the whole shopping to fill a void, because that was something that I had as well for many years. Like there was this like huge void inside my life where I wasn't living on purpose. I was in my head constantly. I wasn't in happy relationships. Like there were so many things that were just not being actualized in my day-to-day life, and hated my job or wasn't being fulfilled in those particular areas, right? And I would spend my time going to malls or going and exactly like you said, it was like, oh, and it was always buying stuff that was like on sale.
Yeah.
And it's like, how many shirts can I get for $9.97? Like, why? And as the years like kind of went on, I started to become more discerning about the clothes that I was buying, and but the pattern was still there. It was like, now instead of spending $9.97, I was spending maybe $997 on something, right? But still justifying it in the same realm. It was like, well, I deserve this. But it was still filling some sort of void in my life that was missing.
Mhm.
And it was really interesting. Just like, I don't know, one day this week, I went for a walk, and I was walking along Queen Street, and I went into a store like that I would have bought clothes in before. I was like, I haven't bought myself anything new for like forever.
Mhm.
And I love clothes. I love dressing up. You know that, right? And your business is all about like
Yeah,
supporting women in this way, right?
yeah.
Through your bespoke, beautiful, beautiful clothing line.
Thank you.
Priya, for those of you who don't know, she has a bespoke clothing line. Bespoke basically means it's custom, it's customized clothing. She works with women. Thank you so much. She works with women, brings them in, measures them all up, and designs like professional and fun outfits for women who are looking for that edge and looking for that comfort and looking for that um, individualization when it comes to the clothing, and don't really want to go to the mall to purchase anything. Instead it's like they love that experience of being made to measure. And Priya, you're so creative in this realm, and you love women and you love women's bodies, and you love like designing things for them that make them feel like goddesses in their own lives, and but doing it in a way with fabrics that are just so beautiful and feel so luxurious and feel amazing against the skin and all that kind of stuff. So I love the work that you're doing, and your bigger message is, like not about that fast fashion, and it's also about
No.
women empowerment and all that as well.
Well, and that's the biggest thing with what we do is that, like, we understood the concept of fast fashion and how, it's kind of infiltrated our sort of economy now and our
Yeah,
lives. And, it's a little step away from what we do it's a huge step away from fast fashion because,
yeah,
you're not going to get instant gratification when you come to us to buy clothing. It takes time, right?
yeah,
Our turnover time can be anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks, and that's
right.
just because of the process that we use, and we take our time in measuring you and making sure that the garments fit. But it completely eradicates the concept of fast fashion because, one, the fabrics and stuff we use are, are there are bold, and they so they're gonna last you a long time, right? The finishing on our garments, the time we take behind ensuring that the finish is good, it all is part of the process. And you're not gonna, of course, you're not gonna go into the store, you're not gonna find the garment for sure, but the
Yeah.
other thing is that it takes time to get to you too as a finished product. So it's completely different from walking into the store and saying, "Hey, I want something that fits today."
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think that, like, anything in life worth having takes time, right?
So
it's like
100%.
it's like coaching. It's like, I have longer term containers with people because it takes time. If you want something instant, you're not going to get that in this realm. Like, it's transformational coaching, and customized clothing and anything. Even when you're buying like a Tesla or a Rolls Royce or something, like, these things take time because they're of quality and there is attention to detail and all of that kind of stuff that goes into it. Yeah. Anyway, and so I found myself walking along Queen Street, and I
Yeah.
go into this store, and I'm like, nope, nothing. There was zero desire to buy a single thing. I was like, no, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out from this world. This it's like everything to do with the 3D world right now is just not resonating with me anymore. Like, there's so much stuff that
Yeah.
just doesn't no longer resonates because there's no soul in it.
No, exactly. And actually, it was funny. I had the same moment like last night. So I was sitting there, I finished my work, and I was sitting there for just about 10 minutes or so. I was like looking at, a couple of stores that I normally shop at outside of our brand. And I was like, putting a couple things in my cart. And it just sat there. It's just like, I don't want to press buy. I don't want
Yeah.
to purchase. And it's like, it's great. It's a beautiful dress, two beautiful dresses. And then I had to really think. I was like, what am I doing? Like, chances are I probably won't wear this very often.
Yeah.
It's not part of what I can create as a capsule wardrobe, right?
Right.
Because having pieces that you can wear over and over again and
Yes.
pick and
Smart.
choose in different outfits,
Yeah.
it's
And that
really,
travel well.
and travel well. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, so that you don't have to sit there ironing and all this
No.
jazz.
No
But
ironing.
no, and but I had to sit there and think. I was telling my husband this morning too. I cannot. Like, I want to go here and I want to go there for shopping, but chances are I'm going to get there and I will not buy it. But I
Yeah.
did buy an Instapot. Which is well needed in my home.
What's an
They're so
Instapot?
busy. Instapots are the greatest thing ever.
Wait, I feel like I should know what an Instapot is. What is that?
So it's like a combination of a slow cooker
Oh,
and
I have one.
one. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
phenomenal. Like everyone's been telling me about it, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy this, and because with the busy schedules that we're in,
Yeah.
I find that anything that can speed up the process just a little bit more,
Just a little bit. Yeah.
I'm sold.
That's right. That's right. I do have one of those actually. I completely forgot. Obviously, I've never used it.
Here's my feedback. It is very good.
Yeah. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm a restaurant girl. I'm a restaurant goddess.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you know what? If all else fails, that's what we are too. So
Yeah, right. We've had so many conversations about that too, like food and restaurants and all that. Okay, so we have come to the conclusion here that fast fashion. There's no soul in that, and this whole idea of Black Friday. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get the mentality. I never have. I don't understand why you would put yourself in a position of being in like those crowds that you see, right? Like at Walmart or whatever. Am I allowed to say Walmart? I don't know. And like it makes no sense to me, and it's actually very heartbreaking. To see so many people that are broken in that way, that they feel that they need to be in that kind of environment in order to purchase something. Like what is the driver behind that? Is it like saving $500 on a television or something like that? But then you're putting yourself in a position of fighting and this toxic energy in order to be able to get it. Like that's what it feels like when I see those pictures and stuff. I've never participated in a Black Friday sale here in Canada, so I have no idea. Like maybe those are just the extremes that we see on the news, and it's actually not that bad. But I don't know because I've never participated in it.
I mean, I've gone out on, and I'll usually do like the really early morning. Like I'll be the one that just gets up, goes, sees, and if I like something, great. If I don't get it.
Right.
I'm not going to deny that the concept doesn't completely elude me, but I also am not I used to be. I would sit in the crowd. Okay, I'll give you an example. This is before Black Friday, but this is Boxing Day.
Oh yeah, Boxing Day. That's what used to be our thing. That's right.
I had surgery earlier that month, and I was still in a cast. And oh my God. And I went with my brothers and my husband. Well, he was my boyfriend at the time, but and I walked on crutches throughout the mall for hours. And and then now when I look back at that, I was like, I don't know what I was going through, but hey, you know what? We all have our path and we all have journeys. But I think for me, it's mostly that I think people will participate, and I think that it's okay if that's something you enjoy for sure. But it's the toxic energy behind why we do it. It's like I need to get a sale, so I'm gonna. I mean, yeah, some prices are great. Like it makes me wonder how much things actually really cost when you get prices that drop so much. But I understand the concept of saving.
Yeah.
Also, other ways of saving your finances too, right? And so I think it's important for people to look deep and why you're actually buying the things you are.
Yes. What's the deeper reason for why you're purchasing something, right? Like and one of the things that have been coming up for me a lot lately around money is looking at only spending on something that is like a 10 out of 10, high vibration, and something that I'm completely and utterly in love with, right? Like if I'm not in love with it, then I'm not going to spend my money on it. And I don't care if that's something that's $2 or $2 million, right? Like the amount of money being spent doesn't matter. There's no limit, right? Like there's no living in this world of like, well, I can't afford that, I can't afford that, I can't have that. That doesn't exist anymore. And because it's opening up to the realm of like, well, okay, if there was this unlimited, not if, there is this unlimited supply. So let's become so much more discerning about what we are spending our money on, so that what we're surrounding ourselves with in the material world are things that just really raise our vibration. And this is, I guess, kind of like that Marie Kondo sort of philosophy in a way, right? Whatever her concept is, but that was always something that I totally believed in and resonated with even before that became popular. But that's definitely the messaging, I think, is what she's saying is like, do you love this thing? What you're surrounding yourself, what is it? Hers is joy or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Does
So
it
if
spark
it
joy?
sparks joy, then you
Yeah.
apply it. If it doesn't spark joy, then you
Yeah.
get rid of it. Actually, I used 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, I read her book, and I did that, and I've been following it since then. And my closet went from like this big
This
to
to
this.
this.
And I noticed
Yeah.
that every season we change over. Like I change over my spring to my winter, or my summer to my winter.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like this winter when I unpacked, I had like 4 things to unpack. I was like, wow. Like
Yeah.
every year as I've gotten rid of stuff and only bought things that I can repeatedly wear,
Yeah.
it gets less and less. And it's really whatever sparks joy is gonna stay in the closet. If I haven't worn you, you're going.
You're gone. Yeah. 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 And then going forward, it's not purchasing anything, like anything that you're purchasing going forward is something that you're intending to keep for a long time if possible. But then we are constantly ascending and transcending anyway. So something that you buy tomorrow may not resonate even in like a week from now, right? So it's really about being conscious and mindful of the things that you are purchasing over this holiday season. Really like pay attention to what that love language is of yours. Like if gift giving is not your thing, then why participate in it? Like I love the idea of your family like just getting together and doing something fun.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
There's so many ways to utilize the money that we save for gifts,
Yeah.
in just kind of consciously spending it, right?
Yeah.
So versus like buying a whole bunch of gifts that you actually don't need the person to like and return or exchange, and then you spend endless hours of in line exchanging and returning things. There's so many different ways to utilize that. Like maybe buy a big meal and like just sit around a table and drink lots of wine and eat a lot of
Yeah.
food. Or if that's not your thing, then maybe going away with the family for a day or so.
Yeah.
I think there's so many different ways that the holidays can be spent versus
Yeah.
we spend so much time shopping and looking for things, and then we're exhausted by the time the holidays come. So we're just kind of like, I just need alone time. Like
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
more tired after the holidays than we are rested.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I'm not anymore because I just don't participate in any of that stuff. But yeah, like I agree. And I think that, there's also, a give back option here too. Looking at those who are less fortunate, and how, doing things together with your family, maybe supporting, like in a homeless shelter or something like that, right? That those are also other like beautiful ways that you can contribute and give back and do things together as a family, and in this time, and just being in those spaces and spreading that love and spreading that joy and showing people that, who are maybe down on their luck a little bit, that, there is like there's possibility still here. It's not like an us them kind of thing. It's like, what, you have the option as well of recreating and changing your life if you should choose so. And here's my energy to you to enable you to be able to see that I'm no different than you, and you can also have whatever it is that I have. Like let's just share that energy and share that joy with those people too, right? This has been such a beautiful conversation. I love it. And we didn't end up talking about some of the other stuff that we were going to talk
about. We just have more episodes to talk about.
We do.
Things, right?
We do.
And nice that we picked up on something that kind of fits with
the time of the year. Yeah, absolutely. I've got my beautiful friend who's just joined me here, so we're gonna have some coffee. And you can't see her right now. She's in her own little. You want to say hello? This is one of the most beautiful women on the planet, Shauna Arthurs, and she's a very good friend of mine. Yes. So thank you so much, Priya, for being on this episode of The Ascended Truth. I appreciate you as a woman, as a client, as a human on this planet, as a soul who is, not afraid to live your truth I love you so much, and I'm so deeply honored that you are part of my life and that you've been part of my life for over a year now.
Ah,
Um, and I appreciate you being part of this message as well, and helping spread more consciousness and more of a soul expression on this planet. And the work that you do, and the work that you do with women, and the work that you do on yourself is so important. So I love you, and I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for being on
thank
the
you
show.
so much. I think this is a great concept. I think that, it's really important for us to be a little raw and just talk about what's on our mind. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no right and wrong. Just because I think this way doesn't mean that somebody else can think something else, right?
No.
And I think that giving women, or even giving somebody an opportunity to openly just talk about how they feel,
Yeah.
a little bit more publicly than we're used to, but I think that when one person, just it just takes one person to hear it to make a difference in their life.
Exactly.
I think what you're doing is absolutely phenomenal. I always think the work that you're doing, it has helped me so much. As a woman, in just 1 year, I have grown so significantly, and as I use the techniques that you've taught me, I'm so now aware of the things that I do that it allows me that much quicker work on the things that I need. So I think not just the work that you have been doing, but all these new concepts that you're coming up with is going to make a huge difference. And I love you very much, and you are such a big part of my heart and a big part of my life that I'm just excited to work with you in any way or form.
Yay, me too.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you. I love that. Oh, that's so brilliant. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope that you have found this episode to be enlightening and giving you something to think about. And like Priya said, this is not an us versus them. This is not a separation. This is not a judgment. This is just another way of looking at it and getting you to really think from a more conscious and a more soul place about where you're spending your money, how you are deciding to participate in Black Friday and Christmas and these commercial things. And if buying gifts is exciting for you, then go and do that, as long as it is coming from your heart and your soul. But if it feels like a heavy obligation, if it's like, I don't have the money to do this, I don't want to do this, then don't do it. Get creative, go inside, find another way for you to share your gifts and share your beauty in this world with the people that you love. And, that will be received so much more in a big way, universally, and with the people who you love, than going and making yourself stressed out by spending money that you don't have or don't want to spend. That vibrational energy is no bueno. No bueno. All right, my
All
darling.
right.
Thank you so much, and thank
Yeah,
you
no
everybody
problem.
for watching.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.